Hey everyone, stay tuned for this video wrap-up of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank, where you're going to learn how to go from a shrimp to a shark in the business world. Welcome to the Arkansas Shrimp Tank podcast post-show video wrap-up. We had a great show, great podcast with Gina Johnson of Little Rock Tours. You're going to want to listen to this. Highly successful business, been around for about 17, 18 years now. Listening to it makes me... I got to do one of your tours now. I'm just like, I'm totally sold on it. But anyway, it was a great podcast. You've got to listen to all of it. And we're going to wrap up here with a few questions, some highlights from the podcast. And Matt, I think you've got the first question.
Yeah, so Gina, you were talking about your initial vision for the business when you first started in 2003, but then how quickly demand kind of for different types of tours and events changed the course of the business and how you had to be creative to do that. So tell us a little bit about that and what you learned along the way.
Sure. The initial business model was one thing, but as you go along, you quickly learn that sometimes the demand is slightly different. And if you have the tools to be able to change your business model based on demand, I recommend it because it was successful for us. We bought initially a bus for a local tour, thinking we were just going to do local tours of the city, and quickly found out people wanted to utilize that bus for just transportation. So we were able to do that, or they wanted us to help them plan trips. So we started planning trips. It wasn't the initial idea, but when we started asking around what people wanted and they wanted it, we weren't afraid to change our business model. And so that's why sometimes you just kind of have to go with demand.
Right. And you pivoted creatively. You've got Little Rock Tours, you've got Little Rock Coaches, you've got Little Rock Charter. Mm-hmm. And now you take people to Yellowstone, and amazing trips to Alaska. I mean, you take them D.C., all over the place. In our one of the segments, I asked you a question in our shrimp cocktail section. We were asking for one of those juicy tidbits of wisdom. And you said one of the nuggets of wisdom was... Share that with our viewers.
One of the nuggets of wisdom is slow to hire, quick to fire. You definitely have to take your time because your greatest resource is your employees. And just spend a little bit more time finding the right person and seeing actually if they have longevity in their employment history. Or are you just going to train them until they're on to the next place of employment? You know, you have some job hunters out there that you got to look for. They like to hop jobs every year or so. You look for that on their resume. You really take some extra time to see who it is you're hiring. And then if it doesn't work out and you give them one too many chances, do you want to keep having that same person make those same critical mistakes? At the other side, you got to be quick to fire. So, yeah, slow to hire, quick to fire.
Yeah, that's good. And you've got one of your businesses, you have 50 employees. I mean, it's like, so you're deep into your second decade of business, and you've learned a lot.
Learned a lot, yes. Seen it all.
Yeah.
So, Gina, we were asking you kind of what's next for you and down the road, and you're writing a book. So we thought, hey, we need to tell people about that.
Exactly,
that sounds cool, and it's called Thrown Under the Bus.
That's right. When I said I've seen it all, I've seen it all. So much. Everybody's like, you have to write a book. Your stories on the road are unreal. And I'm like, that's right. And often it's kind of parallels to my own life and growing up and some of the experiences that I've had. So Thrown Under the Bus just seemed like the most appropriate title for an autobiography that does contain nuggets of business wisdom along the way.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's really great. Well, it was a great, Gina, thanks again for coming on the show. Really enjoyed learning about your business. Looking forward to getting online and checking it out and planning out a trip for my family. I've got 8 kids and a couple grandkids and another grandkid on the way. That's right, yeah. So for those who'd want to follow up and find out more about Little Rock Tours, more about you, what's the best way for our viewers to be able to?
Sure. Just go to littlerocktours.com or call 501-TOUR-BUS. And you go to littlerocktours.com, you can sign up for our e-newsletter. We don't inundate you to death with lots of emails. Just when we have something to say or something to offer, it's on there. We'll send you an email, and you can find out more about everything we offer.
That's great. Well, Gina, thanks again for a great show. Again, our viewers, we encourage you to listen to the entire podcast. It's a great podcast, and go to Little Rock Tours and check it out. And just remember, if you want to find past episodes of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank, you can go to arkansasshrimptankpodcast.com. I think that's how you get to it. Or the way I do it is just simply Google Arkansas Shrimp Tank. That's the easiest way. But until next time, stay safe. And remember, to be a shark in the business world, we all start out as shrimp.